ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to all the mods on the new server. So, since the last episode, I told you what was going off. I ended up being a little bit busier than I expected, because I had a little bit more time than I expected. However, this morning I'm a little bit pushed, so it'll be a quick tour, hopefully about crafting, but might not be too much. But yeah, this is kind of what I did last night. I made myself a little beach hut, if you want to call it that. I also made 2 Mekanism wind turbines, which are producing about 138. If I read this right, I can never quite make up my mind if I'm reading this right. Out of 200, it's producing 138. Yeah, I must be reading it right. Cool. Okay, I just saw that at the bottom. I've still got my little heat generator producing its measly 1.36 compared to these guys doing 138. However, these turbines do have a special trick up their sleeve. If you just look up, they vanish. Kind of cool. It's probably just a little bit of a bug. I think there's 1 or 2 little bugs in Mekanism in this version. Another one that I found I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, if you just look at them at a certain angle, they just vanish. I also made a basic energy cube to hold some of the power, so no problems there. I also made a configurer to configure things. Basically, inside my little beach hut, we've got all my chests, furnaces, the tinker's stuff. The tinker's smeltery is still outside unfinished. However, going back into Mekanism, I created the enrichment chamber, which is the ore doubling device, and the energized smelter. See, even what am I looking at, Warlock at the top doesn't really recognize the machines. They're all enrichment chambers according to this. Yeah, so yeah, and then you've got the energized smelter, which cooks the items. So bit of copper, you put that in there, it turns it into dust eventually any second now. There we go, it turns it into dust, it gets cooked into the smelter, and it gets put into the machine. So yeah, it's all good for now. The idea of the chests, I've got the ores in here. It's supposed to get pulled out by this transporter into the enrichment chamber and out into this. Now this bit works. This bit works fine. However, this bit was working when I logged off last night. When I've come to it this morning, it's not working anymore. And even if I reset this, because you can notice how this thing's got its little fuddly bit on the end, that's set to pull things. And how you use that, you use this configurer, crafted like such, and you shift right click and it changes it. So connection type to non-normal push. So if I wanted to push things out, I could do that, and then pull. But did you see that? I'll show you one more time. The ore tries to come out, but then it says it's got nowhere to go, which is stupid because I've got this set to input on the dark red, and you can even see it on there. You see? So it's output, energy, non, input. The pipe recognizes it, but for some reason that doesn't, and it's a pain in the backside. Because last time I had it up here and it still didn't work, and then I moved it to here and it worked, and it doesn't work anymore. Machines, gotta love them. So I'm going to get rid of this because it's not working right. So let me just put a stop to the crafting, because I think, well, see, it's going in now. Why is it going in? That's just weird. So if I take everything out and do that, and take all that lot out, you as well, that's just wrong and weird and no good for anyone. So I'm still going to swap it. Like I say, I think it's a bug. I might need to try to report that to someone. Need to find the owner and show him this video. Whether or not he wants to watch it, that's up to him. Or her. Up to think of it. So what I'm actually going to do, osmium dust can go back in there. I'm going to move this to here for now. And I'm going to put this in this chest. This is my Mekanism chest. So I want to cook up a bit of stone because I don't know if I've got any cooked stone. Let's just do half a stack and we'll cook it in there. There we go. And we'll alter this now to output. So hopefully we'll output directly into that. Yes, that works. See, no problem there. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to use some of the extra utilities to stuff, and hopefully this is compatible with Mekanism. So, actually, because you may remember the old transfer nodes and transfer pipes. Now, the pipes themselves are the same sort of recipe, but this time you get 64 of them, which is kind of cool for all that little lot. That's really cool. I don't know if that's going to be nerfed in the future. I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't. The other thing is the transfer nodes for items. There are 3 of them: the retrieval node, transfer filter, which is something different, the transfer node for fluids, and the transfer nodes for items. And you get 4 of them for this little recipe. So I think it's a fair trade-off, to be quite honest. It's we've seen worse, and like I say, I would expect that to get nerfed fairly soon. Is that all the redstone I've got left? Right, okay, it looks like I need to go mining again at some point. Wow, I run out of redstone like no one's business. Right, so that needs to go there because we need these pipes. We should have some glass laying about somewhere, and I still haven't looked into that. And there's the transfer pipes, and the transfer node is 2 pieces of redstone. Oh, thank God. I thought I didn't have enough then, and I need a chest. And oops, one more. There we go. Well, they don't think spruce chests will work. So yeah, let's actually get some normal oak instead. Just need 1 chest, yep. Okay. There we go. And what was it? Stone on either side. 1 of them, and nope, 2 of them. So that's my last bit of redstone into. Yep. Okay. So I'm just going to put that there, and I'm hoping this will work. Put that to there. It doesn't recognise it. Oh, damn it. That's a shame. What's this? Is it for retrieval? I can't do a retrieval. I have not got those resources because I haven't got any ender pearls or emeralds. So that's a shame. See, it worked coming out of the chest, but unfortunately it's not going to work on that machine. Darn. Why? Oh dear, first world problems. So yeah, I need to find another way of transferring that across. Because the only two other options now that I can think of is either going to be Ender IO conduits, which are them, which needs pulsating iron ingots, which need them, which needs ender pearls, which, like I've just said, I don't have, and crafting them is that's calculator. I don't know if I can do that. I need to find a cleric, but then I need emeralds as well. So yeah, elven trade is not going to help. Mana infusion is not going to help. What are these things? Pulsating mesh, pulsating whatever. That's a lot of work. Probably Ender Queen. Yeah, I don't know much about bee breeding or bees, so yeah. So that's not going to work. The only other thing is to go back to actually additions, and maybe the item laser relays might work. Which could be a possibility, but I don't think I'll have time to do that at the moment. Let me just stick them in. So yeah, that's going to be. That's a little bit annoying that the pipe doesn't work from extra utilities. From Mekanism, but extra utilities pipes don't work either. So I was hoping they're normally universal, so I'm a bit stumped now on what else I can actually use. Oh, we've got the auto package. I did not realise that. That's all calculator stuff, which I might try and get into. See if anything's changed in 110. That's cyberware stuff. Ender IO. And I can't really think of anything else that will actually work. So I think for the time being, I'm going to put that back on. It's not the best stuff, but see, only one copper went through there. It will be very, very annoying to keep having to put in and out everything else. Is it just something in there that it doesn't like? So that goes through. Silver went through. Osmium went through. Maybe it's these other ores that it doesn't like. No, because it stopped there. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm going to end this episode here. So if you know the solution to this, or have got any ideas of what I can use instead of, feel free to put that in the comment section below. And if you've got any other hints, tips or suggestions, or just want to say hi, then feel free to put that as well. But regardless, thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.